Whoa. Yeah. See that one. That one. Beautiful. Good morning. Wait, hold up. Oh, you're on mute. There we
Good
go.
morning.
Good morning. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. Tired. It's been a long day. Uh, I'm drinking coffee over night time, which rarely happens. But
That would, yeah,
I got ADHD, so I can literally fall asleep after a cup of coffee. It's ridiculous.
that's true too.
But fucking, it's just been a long day trying to film this 7 day reset. It's just fucking. It's almost like the
What,
camera. It's like the universe is stopping me doing it because the first day the memory card kept fucking out. I filmed two whole things, and then it only recorded the first quarter of the first one. So I had to refilm all that again. I then kept filming again today, and the memory card again kept fucking saying it was full. So it's just been one of those days.
that sucks.
But I only have 2 videos left to film, 3 actually. So I'll do that tomorrow, and then I can launch this, which is going to be fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, it needs to. I'm excited about this one. It's a nice little. It's a mixture of the 7 breathworks. So there is, what have we got so far? There's a bee buzzing breath. There's a calming breath. There's an energizing breath. There is a breathwork based around clearing negative pathways and thoughts that don't serve us anymore. What are the other ones? I got morning and evening routine videos. So that will go in and that will be available for people to purchase on my website. And I'll put it in here as well.
On the community one or a different
Yeah,
one?
on the community. So I've got another website, which the other website is just going to be just a landing page, but the community will get access to it all. So, yeah, everyone will have access to that. So, yeah, I'm excited for that, and I want that launched soon. Anyway, so
Membership has its privileges.
it does, it really does. And it's yeah, there'll be good videos. There'll be ones that you can continually use as well. Like you don't have to just fucking watch it once and that's it, or you lose access to it. Like you'll always be able to look at them. So, like things like the bee buzzing breath or the calming breath is one of the some of the most beautiful breaths. Like, have you heard of Pranami Pranayam?
I want to say yes. I feel like I've come across that in my readings.
Yeah, pranayam is a regular one, but basically the bee buzzing breath, you use humming at the back of the throat to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So in moments of
That's right. Okay.
heavy, intense stress, you just have to do 5 breaths of like a really deep inhale through the nose and then a hum just here. It's like, do that until you're almost out of air. Then I said, do 5 of them. You are so relaxed at the end of it. It is ridiculous. So,
I could have used that last night because I couldn't sleep last night and was up till about 3, 4.
so
I don't know.
well,
I couldn't shut my brain off. It was horrible.
you just reminded me. I need to put the link for this video in. Which it's fucking incredible. So over nighttime, if you're struggling to sleep, I think this is in the little course that I'm making. It has tips on evening routines as well. So like evening hygiene of ways to get yourself ready for bed.
Yeah.
So that'll be a little course. But you just reminded me of adding in this. So if you're struggling to sleep, you can go through and use this, which is a live as an 8-hour video, but it's on a black screen, and it is an 8-hour binaural beats for the third eye, and it can really bring in some lucid dreaming. Like it's really, really good. Like I'm sleeping for a solid 6 hours before I even wake up. Is that rain? Oh my God, that's gross. Can you hear that?
I don't know. No, but I don't know why I looked outside.
Yeah, you literally looked outside, but I was like, I just heard it come over and I was like, fuck, that's gross. The rain here is just horrible at the moment. Oh, that sucks.
We're supposed to get a storm tomorrow. So.
Yeah, one of my mates.
Which I would love because it's 90 something.
Where do you live?
Massachusetts.
Where's that?
East, Boston, East Coast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, I know where you are. Yeah, because my friend is down in Tulum, and she said they've got a massive storm which just came through.
Oh, down in where?
Tulum, Mexico.
Oh yes, yeah, they have a hurricane. It just hit Houston. So.
Yeah. Okay. Trouble sleeping. So the rain here in Perth is just horrible. It's hot all summer, dry, and then they get like a shitload of rain. And like today, we've had like 3 short bursts of just heavy, intense sideways rain, and then it stops. It's really weird, but that's just what happened. It just came in. Okay, so how do you? So it might be you or me again tonight. So I'm going to run you through 2 different types of breaths so you can use for moments of stress or really trying to sleep and calm.
Okay, I have a question for you after, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. Category. That one. Let's go in there. Done. Okay. Question, answer.
Oh, so I decided to give one of the like retreats a try. Mm-hmm. And there's gonna be, it's next weekend, and there's gonna be like an all-night ceremony, like a rest day, and then like more stuff, and then leave. I've never done one, so I'm hugely inquisitive and like open to all learning and stuff. And obviously it's a room full of strangers. That doesn't bother me at all. Yeah. I've just never like done any kind of medicine or drug or whatever. So I'm just kind of nervous. Like I'm nervous on that part. But I did tell the facilitator that. So
what medicine was it?
I think it's San Pedro.
Oh, San Pedro. Oh fuck, I've always wanted to try San Pedro. It's meant to be incredible. Yeah, it's meant to be incredible. Okay, so what is your question exactly?
So that's the great. I just need to know. No, that's not true. You've never done it, so I don't know. I didn't know if you had. So
it's still a medicine. It is still a medicine, which it still comes under the category of mushrooms, ayahuasca, marijuana, harpe, cambo. It still comes under that. Like they're all.
And
yeah.
I've never done any of that, so I don't know what to expect. Yeah.
This is a really have no expectations.
Okay.
So the reason why I say have no expectations is the plant medicine is beautiful. I like plant medicine is Mother Nature. Now, Mother Nature, you notice she's always healing, she's always growing, and man is what fucks everything. but she will always grow. She'll always take over. Look at things like in the Ukraine with Chernobyl. Mother Nature's taken back over. Like you look
Yep.
at the plants, you look at, I don't know if you've seen Fantastic Fungi on Netflix. Basically, it's beautiful. It talks about mushrooms and the power of mushrooms, but they do it's like a scan where you can see the mycelium under the ground. And the mycelium it talks to itself, but you watch it, it will literally track around the ground. It connects all the trees. It knows where the edges of cliffs are, and then we'll go that way and then move. Like it is incredibly intelligent. This is why when we use mushrooms, like you don't just have to have psychedelic ones. Things like lion's mane, turkey tail, cordyceps, all these ones, they're incredible healers for the body. So when we're looking at medicines, plant medicines, and this is my opinion from what I've looked at, what I've read, and my experience with plant medicine and speaking to shamans, is plant medicine was here to heal us. It is not here to hurt us. It is here to heal us. And where people have bad experiences with going into plant medicine is either it's some unresolved trauma or something very deep that was quite traumatic that they refuse to surrender to, that they refuse to accept, they refuse to acknowledge. That can be very heavy and very hard. But if you go into a ceremony and those people that will have those experiences as well, a lot of the times probably aren't surrendering completely to it all. And if they are completely surrendering, like when people don't surrender in the ceremony, they will struggle. That is a massive struggle. They're fighting. They can't really work out like what's going on, or they know something's there, but they're blocking against it because like, no, I'm not addressing that. And because they're not addressing that, it's just painful. Where when you go into it and you surrender, you're like, you look around your room. I do this before ayahuasca. So I will always take the medicine, I'll lie down in the bed, and I'll have moments as I start to feel it come on, as I'll open my eyes, I'll look around and I'm like, I'm safe. I paid to be here. I want to be here. I'm here for me. I'm here for my growth. I trust the shamans and I know I'm safe. So I'm safe to surrender. And then what I would do is I'd go back into the trip and I would surrender. There'd be moments of fight where I did not want to give in. I was like really hard. I actually had one ceremony where I don't know what it was, but it was just after my divorce actually, but I didn't know what it was, but I could not surrender. And it was a fucking dark 4 hours of ayahuasca. But even in that darkness, it still taught me some lessons, which was beautiful. So, and that was all hindsight, especially when I started journaling out and working out certain things. But every other ceremony, I've been able to go in and surrender to it. And yeah, there'll be maybe moments where your heart's beating and it feels a bit intense, and it's just like the colors, the visuals can be a bit overwhelming and all that sort of stuff. But when that does happen, it's breathing into what's going on. It's looking around and going, cool, I know I'm safe around everyone. I paid to be here. This isn't going to hurt me. This is going to help me. Because it's not like you can overdose on a plant medicine. It's not like you're going to, seriously, you can't. And the good thing is you've got shamans there with you. So things like ayahuasca is if I was having, if something ever got too bad, they would come over, they support you, they blow mapacho around you and get you to come straight out of the trip. Well, not straight out of the trip, but it'd be like, it'd calm it down a bit for you. On the other hand, I went in there and I tried to force the trip because I'd seen everyone purge around me, and I would like through previous ceremonies, and I'm like, my purging has literally been farting and yawning and laughing. Like, come on now, my life just can't be fucking roses and shit. Like, there's got to be something here. So I started trying to force the purge. I started trying to throw it up. And when that happened, I was like, oh, sorry. When that happened, when I forced it, everything stopped. And I told the shaman, and she came over and she was like, look, here's the mapacho. Now, mapacho's a sacred plant tobacco. So it's like sacred tobacco, and it's what they use to cleanse the room. That helps you protect as well. Like I use it in the harpe, was in that. But what she said was smoke and swallow. So smoke and swallow, smoke and swallow. It was like smoking a fucking cigar. It was horrible. And from that is when it happened is I then basically I projectile vomited into the bucket. I then went into the heaviest, deepest trip. but it was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life because I just surrendered. That's where I found my love of stretching. I literally had a full body orgasm stretching. So it was like, it was wild, but that was a moment of surrender. So you're always, look, the experience that you have during anything through breath work, meditation, plant ceremonies, anything like that, that's the experience you're always going to have. And when I say that, I mean, that's the one you were going to have on that time. And the reason you were going to have that is because that's where you were mentally, that's where your body was, that's where you were at that point in time. So it's never a wasted trip. There is always something that comes out of it. But when you can go into it with no expectations, when you can go in there and just go, I am surrendering to whatever you are showing me. I am safe. I am comfortable. I know I have people around me. I can surrender to this. I know you're going to be fine around other people wailing because I know I am. And I think it's fucking that you are powerful. You are a powerful woman because you are so in this journey, invested into what you're doing, that you can be a leader for other people that will struggle to surrender in those moments. So I know you're going to be able to do that. And by being able to do that, yeah.
What?
I don't know. It was just I was like saying you're a powerful woman. I know you can do it. And look like you're about to question it.
No, I'm excited. It's just my head's just spinning. It's just that whole part of like the inspiring others, and I feel like with a lot, a lot of what I do, I won't say I'm ahead of the curve, but around my colleagues, I'm always the one that like tries the things and then like trying to talk to people about it, and I get all excited for it, and then they just look at you. You have 7 heads, and and I just be like, you know what? So it's gonna fall on somebody's ears that wants to hear it, and maybe they'll try something new, and if they don't, they don't. But it's still helping me in the process. But
yeah,
you know, my friends they were already like, we don't think you should do this because you have to be off your meds, and I'm like, no, you don't. I already talked to the lady. It's totally fine. But they're looking out for me because of stuff in the past. So
yeah,
it's just it's a weird place to be in, but I'm all for it. So
yeah, it's hard with people that aren't accepting or open to understanding about plant medicines and things we want to do to better ourselves because they get stuck in the life they want to live. Like it's very different to which it challenges their reality. You going to see them and talk about the amazing thing you have, and it's like, well, that was weird. Why the fuck would you do that? Cool, that's you. That's your world. That's where you live in. I'm going to step over here, and I'm going to do me. And that's when I say you're going to be able to inspire others. Is I'm not talking about in the workplace. It's like when someone comes over to you and you know they're a vegan before they're a vegan because I told you they're a vegan. Like we don't go with us doing this work here. We're not running around going, "Hey, I'm spiritual. I did this thing. You should come and try it. It's amazing. Changed my fucking life." Because
yeah.
people don't. They need to see what you're doing to understand it's working and see the change in you.
No, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're always that's what I'm saying. They're always like, why are you like you're in such a great mood? You're always in a great mood. Why are you coming to work and you're always in a great mood?
All right.
And
Yeah,
then I'm
yeah, yeah.
like that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
for a while I kept getting called especially during COVID, that I was like toxic positivity. I'm like, I'm not. Like, it's
Yeah.
not what this is. This is I am surviving for me and
Yeah.
making the best out of this shit situation.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
so it's just that stuff. But
it is, and it's their challenge of reality because they're fucking upset. They don't know how to get over it. They're positive. You're positive. They feel like shit. Why are you positive? I'm not. That's fucking toxic. It's that shit.
yep.
But yeah, when I say you'll be that inspiration is for the people in the ceremony, because I've been in ceremony before, breathwork ceremonies, ayahuasca, fucking meditation, all sorts, and there have been people, especially during breathwork ones, where I get right the fuck into it. I'm there for a reason. Like if I'm going to a guided breathwork ceremony, I'm there for a reason. I'm going to breathe the fucking house down. And there are some people that go, I couldn't get into it because I could hear your breath, or I couldn't get into it. I wanted to release, but I couldn't. But then on the flip side, you get the other people coming forward going, man, I heard you going for it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. And they start breathing with it. Next, it's like, I heard you crying and I knew I was safe to go and cry. Like that's the beauty of it. We're all coming into a space where everyone's safe and everyone's there for the same thing. And if you still get up and complain about that and fucking are a bit of a dickhead about it, well, you were meant to be there. But yeah, so that is.
Yeah, but like, why are you there?
Yeah, and there are people that they try where they're open enough to go try it, but the second they see people in there and how they're wailing, how they're crying, how they're screaming, whatever it is, they make a judgment on it, and then it puts them off it. And it's like that's because they're not accepting or opening to how people are going to go through and heal. Like I've walked around a breathwork ceremony, and I've seen people standing up. I've seen people on all fours like really going for the breath. I've seen people fucking doing things with their hands. I've seen so much. And at the end, and the thing is that the most beautiful thing about that is you can see the vulnerability in every single person feeling safe enough to go, I'm feeling this, I'm going to do this. And when you see, when you're in a circle or when you're in a group or a room full of people that are able to turn around and do their thing, feel vulnerable enough and safe enough to just fucking do whatever their body feels they need to do, then the energy in that room is fucking electric because everyone's vibrating on the fucking highest vibration that they fucking possibly can be during a ceremony because they are unlocking things. They are speaking to the grays. They're doing things that are getting them to that highest vibration. So it's very beautiful to be in that space. So I've definitely tangented a lot with this. So I'm really sorry.
That's okay. No, that's all right.
I'm not going to lie. I'm actually probably going to. I'm recording this, obviously, so I'm probably going to put this back in and have this as a little podcast episode because this is great. But it's that I think what you're going in for as someone who have you ever heard the well, this is what was said to me when I first learned to drive a manual vehicle when I was in the army is we got there and they go, how many people knows how to drive a manual? And I was like, nah. I was the only automatic driver, the only one. And he goes, cool. We sat in the car and he goes, you know why I'm really glad you're an automatic driver? I'm like, why? He goes, because you haven't learned any shit habits.
Yeah.
You're going to pick it up easy. Like I mean, it took me a little bit, but when you pick it up, when you can do it, it was just, I had no expectations. So because I had no expectations of how I was just a student. Everything he said, I was like, obviously I was a bit thick when I was back then. So he's trying to talk to you about certain things. And I'm going, no. So it's like you're going to experience brand new. And the thing is, the beautiful thing is you're inquisitive and you're asking questions about it. Like a lot of people go in there, they won't speak to anyone, won't ask questions, won't research it, won't do that. They'll go in there all tense as fuck, just go in like someone told me to be here, it's meant to help me. Get in there with no idea, and next you know they waste a ceremony.
But they're not there for themselves. If somebody just told them to do it, like you've got to do some level of wanting and research and like, well, why? What's your why?
Yeah, you have to, and this is why.
Why are you there?
Yeah, and this is why you asking the question is beautiful because you're inquisitive about it. So I'm really excited to hear how you get on with your ceremony. Really excited. Yeah, I think uh, yeah, I think it's going to be a very beautiful experience for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's limited, so there's only I think 5 people
Oh, wow.
plus the facilitator. It's in Vermont. It's like this beautiful retreat space, and it'll be outside and
Lovely.
campfire-ish kind of stuff. So I'm like very excited about it.
So what got you to this? How did this come up?
This particular thing,
Yeah.
or like a ceremony in general?
Just both. Like, how did you find this ceremony? What triggered in you to go, oh, I'm going to do this? And then why that one?
You. I had no, honestly, when I didn't lie to you when I told you, like, you and like from all your stuff on Got Swallowed and just listening, I'm like, oh, this is like, I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
And then just so that kind of opened this whole world and this whole gateway to things I had never tried. So like, as far as I had a therapist again since 2015. So done a whole bunch of work, couldn't get to a point where I could access any of it. So finally decided to go on to meds, did that. Now I'm trying to get off of it, but and nothing wrong with meds at all. I just want to find something that I don't have to do. Like, I want a substitute for it if it's even possible. So I want to do, like, the breath work was coming in super handy. I'm like, oh, this is freaking fantastic. And then just through, like, listening to you, and then you're talking about Thailand and the ceremonies that you did in Thailand, I'm like, oh, what is this? What is this kind of stuff? So I'm definitely someone that doesn't stop learning ever. Like, somebody recommends a book, I've got the book. Somebody recommends something, I've got it. So any way that I can find to better who I am, especially as a teacher, so I can be a role model, I want to do that. But I want to figure out where that depression and that anxiety, how can I naturally fix that? How can, or I don't even know if fix is the right word, but how can I challenge it, face it, do whatever it is? But I want to figure out what that connection is to my brain and to the rest of me, so that I'm in control of it. Which I think I've been for a little bit, but I want to be like, it's so hard to put into words.
No, I get it, but you want to be able to turn the volume down, because it's the
yes.
thing. We're not. We won't get rid of our traumas. We won't get rid of our fears. Like, we won't get rid of these things. What happens is we turn them down. We turn them down to be able to have better control over the moments where something like that would happen. Like, I am shit scared at heights. Always have been. I've literally stood on heights. I've tried to do all those things. I've even done the VR thing, which I'm literally on the fucking ground, put the VR thing, looked next to me and thought, shit, I'm going to die. But like, it's that these things, these fears will get turned just down, and you'll be able to stand there and be able to face those things better. So I think that's what all of this is. This is working out ways that we can turn the volume down on the things that are fucking really heightened at the moment. And that's using the tools of breathwork, using the tools of meditation, using journaling, fucking whatever, plant medicine, everything that we can use to better understand ourselves, to be able to turn that volume down, is what we're after. But also, I just lost my train of thought for a second. Turn the volume down. Also, if we can track back to what the initial thing of, say, anxiety, depression, or the certain areas which have affected and caused that to become turned up, when we can look at those things and go, cool, this is that sort of pivotal moment in time, and then we can address those, face those, using the tools of breathwork, plant medicine, all this stuff. That's where we turn the volume down.
Yeah, that's the piece I'm looking for, but also trying to figure out what, some of it's already working, because you have heights with snakes with me. I can't. There are no ropes in my life. Oh my God.
Fuck them.
Oh my God. So, but see, I would jump out of a plane again. So that was fun.
I know you snapped my leg. Never again.
Yeah, no, and that now, like, I think a snake, and I think is like around my neck. But stuff like, and I've been working on that for a bit, so that's actually gotten better. But I want to be able to, like you said, sort of when I feel those things that used to be huge triggers and would set me off for days or weeks, or didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to do any of that, like, didn't want to be on the planet. I want to be able to be in the place where just like you said, like, I can put that over there and confront it and know that I have the tools to quiet it.
And that's beautiful. So you're definitely doing everything you need to be doing. And the good thing is as well, you're not just buying the course, doing the thing once and doing all that. Like you're actually putting the work in, because that's the other thing. You can do the work, you can go through the ceremonies, you can do the Tony Robbins courses, you can do all that shit. But unless you're doing the stuff away from it, you're actually putting in the work away from it, then it won't work. You've got to work to make the work work.
Yep.
Yes, now that.
What's on your t-shirt?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, caption. Yeah, it is. You've got to do that work to make it happen. And I had a few conversations today to a few different friends who were going through certain things with other people, relationship sort of troubles and things like that. And that was the same thing, the same conversations. It was someone's not dealing with something. The other person isn't dealing with something well. They don't know how to address the things. They're closing off. They're doing these sorts of things, or they're trying to re-talk to other people or rekindle something, whatever it may be. But this is coming from a place of that person not understanding who they are, not doing the work, not really trying to better themselves to become better for the other person, leaving that person then feeling or persons feeling confused as what the fuck happens, what do I do? So and they're the people doing the work. So it's really funny when you look at people not doing the work and doing the work, and it's always the ones doing the work are then left confused by the people who aren't doing the work, who say they are doing the work. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, oh no, been there.
Yeah. So it's having that, yeah, having the gonads to do the work. I've been making myself fucking laugh all day. I've been filming all those things, and like I'm making sure I only do one takes, because I want it to feel like you're actually in a breathwork session. So you're not getting me fucking sitting there breathing at the same time and then fucking like other things. You've literally got me sitting there. I'm telling you to breathe. I'm letting you breathe, and then you see me sitting on the video, just basically staring at the camera. And there are other moments like you're doing a breath hold or something's happening, and I'm just sitting there just kind of dancing in the fucking chair. So I'm just making myself fucking laugh. But yeah, that's basically.
Laughter's good.
Yeah, it's great. It's fucking great. We've literally only got like 7 minutes left on this. We've been talking the entire time. So
I appreciate it. It's all good.
I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put this on the school thing as well, because I think this is very valuable for people who want to go through a session. But if you're not comfortable with it, just let me know, and I won't.
No, it's fine.
Cool.
All good.
What we'll do quickly before we do shoot off is I will give you one technique that you can use.
Okay.
Okay. So is that bee buzzing breath that we were going to practice earlier? Okay. So what I want you to do, obviously, we don't have enough time to fucking brain dump and do all that sort of stuff.
Although I do.
Good. Well, I've been brain dumping every fucking morning. That's a blank page, but brain dumping every morning is one of the best things in the fucking world before you do any of these techniques. But because we don't have that time, I'm just going to use this technique with you. Okay. So I will also do the breath and I'll do the hum. So in a second, I'll just make sure you're comfortable. We'll just quickly just relax our shoulders, relax everything, make sure everything's nice and calm. And then when we close down our eyes, I'll get you to we'll go through the nose. And when you're breathing through the nose, you're not going, we're not after that. We want you to breathe so you can feel it all the way back here. So it sounds strange, but it's almost like as an open of the nostrils. But it feels weird, but like you get a much deeper breath, especially if you kind of go, but you feel it filling up the chest. And then you feel the difference when you breathe here. It locks it off because yeah. So what we do is we take the deep breath in, so it goes. And then when we do the breath out, we just feel the hum, and we want to try to feel it around the back here. So you'll feel it when you hum, you'll go, That's right. So yeah, see if you can kind of like.
I guess there's only one way to hum.
Well, this is the thing. So you want to kind of hold your mouth a bit soft and just go. And try to feel the vibration around the back of the throat. Yeah. So that's basically it. We're going to do 5 breaths. Okay. I'll do it with you. And then at the end, we're just going to bring ourselves down and we're just going to sit with it for a second. Cool. Done.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just going to put you on mute for this part so that way you can hear me. Why the fuck did that not work? There we are. Haha. Oh, there you are. Amazing. Thank you very much. Okay. Are you ready? Close down your eyes. And get yourself nice and comfortable. And once you're nice and comfortable, just feel around the body, scan through your shoulders, your torso, your legs, your feet, and just see if you can relax everything. Now, we're going to go through 5 breaths. With these breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth with a hum. We're going to begin in 3, 2, 1. In again. And hum. And again. In. And hum. And one more. All the way in. And hum. So now just let the body find its natural breath. Don't try to force it, don't control it, just let it come and go as it will. With the humming, you should be able to feel around the back of your throat, maybe still vibrating slightly, but a nice bit of calm. Now, when you're sitting here and using this technique going forward, actually unmute yourself for a second. So, I did see it looked like it was a bit of a struggle.
The humming was.
Yeah. So with this, it's basically like you can literally go like say om. You're like om. So when you do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you do that, it's basically going om.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that, when you do that, it's just like it doesn't have to be loud. Does not have to be loud at all. But the idea is because you feel it through here, it just starts to relax all the way down the body, and you'll feel that nice calming. So even in the car, walking around the house, wherever it is, because this is a beautiful technique. Wherever it is, just start going because you'll find a lot of people that go and it's just like everything's so tense. We're not meant to be tense.
Yeah.
The reason it's that is because we're like loose in the mouth. It's allowing the sound to come through and echo through. So that's like when you see everyone go om. Like it's literally you can go that deep. Or I can go deep anyway. It's like ha, ha, and you're not forcing the breath. It's not about forcing the breath. It's literally just let it go nice and slowly. But because we only have a minute left, when any moment comes up tonight or a moment of stress, just try that.
Okay.
Just play around with those bits because it'll be very. It can take a little bit of practice, but it's a very incredible technique.
I will try it.
Amazing. Well, look, I will chat to you later. Thank you again for tonight. Sorry it wasn't.
Thank you.
Sorry it wasn't breath, but I think what we got, everything we got, happens as it should, and tonight was meant to happen the way it did. Awesome.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, darling. Look, I'll talk to you a bit later, okay? But you enjoy. I look forward to hearing about your ceremony.
Yeah, a couple weeks, so we'll see.
Yeah. Oh wait, I thought it was this weekend.
19th.
Okay, for 2 weeks. Cool. Well, either
Yeah.
way, have an amazing week, and I will see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Jesus Christ.
Ah.
Sorry. I'm used to saying thanks, Zach.